Viper. And then Florentin is Captain Calzone, and he'll be teamed up with Jordan23. So they're choosing civs. Viper's such a tryhard. Look at these guys choosing Malians and Britons. Such tryhards. Viper's Malians. It'll be Franks for Donnie. Let's go! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Rocket Beans Age of Empires 2 special. Today we have Donnie teamed up with the Viper, and we have Florentin teamed up with Jordan23. So it is a 2v2 matchup on the HD edition. In the red, we have Donnie. Donnie is playing as the Franks. His ally is the Viper. In the blue, playing as the Malians. Of course, he hasn't chosen yellow? Here to confuse us, Viper. Okay. Viper, I was saying how he's chosen one of the best civs in the game in this 2v2. He's taken this very seriously. A Viper, interestingly enough, up against his pal Jordan. Jordan is playing as the Britons in the green. And then in the yellow, we have Captain Calzone, aka Florentin, playing as the Spanish, which I believe he always chooses. So, Twitch chat, say hello to YouTube. I imagine we'll bring in some more people to the community from YouTube who might want to watch this cast later on. This is the first one that I've been privileged to cast live. A big shout out to Donnie and to Rocket Beans for what they do for the community and on Twitch, but also, of course, Donnie for letting me cast this. I appreciate it. A light assassin welcome. So this is actually pretty good because we have a 1v1 on this side between Viper and Jordan23. Okay, let's look at the maps and let's talk about what the player positions are going to be like. This will be fun for Rocket Beans as well, as they'll be fighting their friends on each side. Donnie, I quite like his map, honestly. The only thing I don't like is this main stone, but he can easily wall off here with just one palisade. This wood line and this wood line can act as a wall. His main gold is then safe, and he has more wood lines on the back if he needs to retreat. Now, I say I like it, but if we see a tower rush from Florentin, this would be tough. The one vulnerability will be his forward stones. This is his main stone. YouTube. This is his secondary stone. So that might be an issue for Donnie. I'm not sure exactly what his strategy will be here. If it's man-at-arms or scouts, he might be able to stop that. We'll look at Florentin's map, and Florentin's map is not as good as it is more open on the front. This is definitely something he can wall off if he does it over time, but he can't do it in the Dark Age or the early Feudal Age. Forward main stone. His main gold is here, his secondary and his third gold, all in the same position. So we need to focus on that. Now, I don't know what Viper and Jordan are talking about, but Viper's bringing in his boar now, and I'll show you Viper's map briefly. He has a large hill on the front. That's going to be tough. Mount Everest is there. But his golds and his stone positions are good, and also his wood lines are not too bad. This wood line is his only wood line close by. So if he has to retreat to the backside, it'd be a further distance, but I think that a player like Viper will be able to deal with that. And you have Jordan. Oh! Viper lost his scout. What a noob! Viper lost his scout. That's why they were laughing. Viper said, WTF, man. Jordan typed 11. Get wrecked, Viper. Okay. Jordan's map is pretty good here. Back main stone. Good main gold position. Secondary stone position is good as well. And now Viper can't scout what Jordan's base is like anyhow and see what strats Jordan will be going with. So not a good start for the, what are we calling it? The Donner team? Are we mixing Viper and Donnie? The Florentin team and the Donner team? I don't know. Somebody said that in the Twitch chat earlier. As far as the Civ matchups go between the Tyrant players, I think that both Malians and Britons are extremely strong, but if Britons can make it to Castle Age with a nice advantage in the beginning, they get the additional range and they could do quite a lot of damage. Are we doing it? The Donner team? Yoshi? Is that what we're calling it? Any ideas? Apparently Florentin only ever does conks. Yeah, and I've heard that, but I'm curious if he'll go Tower Rush to conks, or if he'll go Scout Rush into full walls and then go to stone. I mean, if he still hasn't added in any other strategies to his arsenal, then he's going to be pretty vulnerable in a 2v2. Of course, Viper, if he's having success for Jordan, can just go right over to Florentin, and that's not going to be good. Yeah. Can we get some T90 walls? 7 minutes into the game, Florentin already adding those walls. Might not be stone walls, but I think he would if he could. Now, his scouting is a bit questionable here. If he had scouted this better, this house could have been placed here, and this house could be placed here, and he could continue the wall off. Oh, what's Donnie up to on this side? Donnie looks to me like a scout rush, but obviously they're not the pros here. I'm not exactly sure what their build orders will be. Team Diaper and Team Florentin. Okay, I like that. Team Diaper and Team Florentin. I'm sure Donnie will be a big fan of that name when I tell him about it later. Okay, well, Donnie's showing up here, getting that scouting information in. It's so important to scout what your opponent is going for. Actually, while I have the opportunity, I was just saying to those on Twitch that my scoreboard might be in an awkward position. I think I'm going to have it here. What do you think, chat? Does that work? I think that we'll have it there. That'll have to work. What's up, Running Tree? Welcome to the stream. I like Diaper versus Florentin. Now, there's no... here's a drush from Viper. There's no spectator overlay for me, so I can't see exactly when research times are coming in. Viper. He's on his way to Feudal, so this is a drush into probably skirmishers and archers. Yeah, Yoshi, I know it's not in the middle, but if I were to put that Feudal age, like the age up, if I were to level that with the scoreboard, the scoreboard would be on the right. It's just because on HD, the Feudal age and the Dark age and the age up symbol, the age up bar is pushed over to the right more. It's weird. It bothers me as well. So what's Jordan doing about this? Jordan, see, he hasn't built a barracks yet. Is he trying to go straight into archers? As Britons, that can be a nice idea, but the build in general can be a bit weak. We have the Great Wall of Florentin. Maybe walling here instead of walling here. Okay. And he should finish that. And what Viper has done here is a really strong build. You delay your opponent's eco. Might be able to just annoy them, right? Force idle time. And force walls. And then Viper's going to go right into the counter anyway. You notice how Viper has a few on gold himself. He can mix in archers and skirms. This is a very difficult build to pull off, actually. But for an expert like Viper, it's quite an easy one. And something we see all the time at this level. Okay. So 2 archer ranges. So a slower Feudal for Viper, but not a huge deal with that difference. Jordan's going to take advantage of his map and wall up there. I'm still not too familiar with the level of the Rocket Beans players. This it would be a delayed scout rush. And Donnie might not know how he could get through these walls to do any damage with that scout rush. You see Florentin on stone already, so he will go for his precious conquistadors. Here's that first archer from Viper. Now, Malians are a strong civ for this because all their wood buildings are cheaper. So when you build your lumber camp, your mill, your houses, everything that you build, with the exception of farms, nice quick walls from Jordan, it's cheaper. So that means more wood for archers and earlier archer ranges and earlier blacksmith. And that's why I think Malians are arguably better than Britons right now in the current meta. Captain Calzone. Florentin keeping an eye on this, and I think Donnie is kind of running out of ideas at the moment. See, he hasn't gone to gold, so with these resources it won't be a fast castle. He's going to stone, reacting to the fact that his opponent is on stone. But I haven't seen any moves for him yet. There he goes to gold, so it'll be a little bit slower than he might like. Now, you see how Viper hasn't committed with a fight with the militia? He's going to try and pull the one that's getting attacked away from each and every fight. Just keep Jordan's army at home. I would say so far, Viper's had a much stronger start in comparison to Jordan, as he comes in already. But Donnie, he's had a slower start than Florentin, and Florentin will be in Castle Age soon. Going for Conquistadors. Jordan not expecting Viper to show up this early. He was waiting on the hill there. Now, one villager down for Jordan and a lot of idle time, and he's going to lose yet another one. Oh, Viper. Well, Viper's going to let him survive, having mercy on his teammate. In their own words, Florentin is better, but Donnie is more flexible. Okay. Well, I feel like that would make sense. If you only go for Conquistadors, you're not very flexible. Oh, what is this from Donnie? And Florentin's scouts, did Donnie want to go for towers? That's a really good approach if someone full walls like this, but it might be too late. Florentin's probably... Oh. Never mind, he's not on his way up to Castle Age, so maybe this would work. At the very least, it will force some towers out of Florentin at home. And that would delay his castle later on in the game. But look how Viper's grouping up his armies. He has 3 archers here. He's going to kill yet another villager. He came very close to killing an additional one a moment ago. He's all over Jordan at the moment. And that's because Viper got the early upgrades. He got the blacksmith up early. In fact, Jordan, he is really struggling here. His blacksmith is up, but he had to leave this lumber camp as well. Viper is all over him. The Drush 2 archers just worked out way better here. It delayed Jordan more than he probably would like to admit. And here comes Donnie. Now he's going scouts and towers. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. Now this tower is probably not visible. Yeah, it's not visible yet. For Florentin. Florentin has the scout. He sees the tower now. And let's see if he will panic. If Frank's scouts have more HP. Now you're not going to be able to take this stone now. And the scouts could come in. This is an interesting match. Jordan may be fighting back now as he added a few skirmishers. Finally has fletching himself. He's gonna kill some of Viper's archers. Viper with a bit of a throw there. Now, let's keep in mind, Viper at the same time is over here. He's on the gold. He's on the wood. He killed another villager. What a scrappy game for game 1. Now, Viper does have nice wall-offs. I think all eyes should be on this side now. As... Castle Age time on the way. Oh, isn't this interesting? Castle Age coming in for Florentin, but someone in the chat just pointed out the lack of flexibility for him. He has 630 stone. That was the perfect time for Donnie to show up. That is not enough stone for that castle, so Florentin has to build a market to purchase the stone. Now, he has panicked a bit. He's created a scout. That scout won't really help him. And, oh, he's going to build another watchtower. This is good stuff from Donnie. And I have to say, the micro has been good against the spears and the scouts here as well. Viper will be pushed away here. Jordan is being pushed away on the front of Viper's base. And that's just his scout around on the gold. This is actually quite a good game. This game is pretty exciting stuff. Florentin's going to be in Castle Age. He will not have the stone for that castle. Alright, well, Jordan has to be careful taking engagements now, as these skirms have full attack and armor. I should quickly look at their eco. 300-ish food for Jordan, Viper, about the same, so they won't be in Castle Age just yet. And, yes, this is perfect! Viper getting woo-woo-wooed in a T90 cast? Wonderful, yeah. Of course there's wolves attacking Viper. You know, there's a game I played Viper in 2 years ago. I played him 1v1, and I knew I would lose, so I sent a villager forward, and I collected 3 wolves, and I sent it to his base, and I killed one of his vills. Always remember that. The Viper here to accompany Donnie, and of course these towers will protect him. Now, what are we going to see here? More of a struggle for Florentin. We got that thanks HD lag going on, but... hopefully that will solve itself out. And there's the castle for Florentin. This is what he wanted. These damn wolves are hilarious, though. Viper attacked them. There we go. I think this castle will go up. These scouts, though, still causing quite a bit of harass. And here, Viper chasing Jordan away. Pretty good stabilization for Jordan. Now, how will Donnie stabilize after the tower rush is going to... no longer be able to progress. Now, This is messy for Florentin. One villager down. It will be all these villagers down in a second. Donnie could try and tower this gold, but there is a knight there for Florentin, and Florentin will soon have conquistadors. Donnie is notorious for lots of idle TC time. Okay. Well, that's not something that's easy for me to check, but he's on his way to castle. This is much better for him. I mean, the building placement is kind of questionable. I think it clogs up his resources, but he's on his way to Castle H as well, and they slowed down the conquistadors from Florentin. Oh no! But Donnie's gonna lose these villagers. No! This is a T90 throw moment. Donnie trying to get the gold. I can respect that attempt, but versus the few knights that Florentin made, that is going to spell disaster. Now we need to look at the tyrants, of course, as the tyrants will probably be looking towards the next stage. Jordan's about to click as we speak. He just needs 4 gold, and there we go. Viper. Viper has a huge lead with the time. He's about 20-30% ahead. He also has a lot more archers. So while Donnie might slowly start falling behind as Florentin uses his precious conquistadors, Viper might be ahead of Jordan. And I have to say, when it comes to the team perspective, you probably want your top player in the stronger position, right? Jam Vanderloof, this is live. Yes, this is live. Not too sure how many they will play. They normally do age for about 2 hours, and we had trouble getting this one started, but we'll probably have at least one more game. It, of course, depends on how long the matches go. And Jordan just trying to buy himself a little bit of time here. Viper says, oh, you're sending villagers this way. I'd like one, please. And Jordan, good job, but I think Viper has enough archers where he can micro that. Jordan trying to buy himself that time. Keep in mind, Jordan will have more range on his crossbows in the next stage as Britons, but he's slower to the next stage. Donnie adding town centers and some walls, adding a lot of eco. I can see why Florentin would have success with conquistadors because it's really hard to stop at lower levels. Pros would normally go for some monks, and that's hard to pay attention to. Now this hill will be really important. Both Viper and Jordan have hills in front of their bases. Yeah, Viper hits castle, Jordan sees it, and Jordan's probably thinking, oh no, this is not good. I don't know if I can wait. Viper added anything else. He's going for early university so he can get early ballistics. Jordan has to run with all of his army, and he has to run with these villagers as well. This is never a good sign. Will Florentin send his conquistadors this way? Will he have that tyrant team game skill to know that he should help out Jordan23? Can Jordan23 stay alive? He's just hit Castle H. Crossbow coming in. He'll have more range. He cannot afford Elite Skirmisher. These villagers are running to build another town center somewhere. Guys, I'm going to do Twitch sub shoutouts in between games today, if that's cool with you guys. Look at Viper's little micro there, going for the skirms first. Viper does have ballistics, I believe, so you see what he's doing. He's running his crossbows around in the front, and with ballistics, he will not miss with his shots, and that's why ballistics is such a big upgrade. Jordan could be GG here. Viper sending in more crossbows. Jordan, he's already run away with villagers. He's losing more villagers. He's losing access to his gold, and he will lose access to this wood line. And you know Viper's going to send in more units as well. Viper just better from Dark Age onwards. Way ahead of Jordan. Jordan building a new TC here, but he's going to need some assistance from Florentin. Florentin is currently at Donnie's base. Donnie's gone for that monastery. But he doesn't really have a lot to stop those conks beyond 1 or 2 monks that might come out. Jordan says, I thought we were friends. Viper, as he kills Jordan's eco off, types a heart into the chat. Such a nice guy. Such a nice guy. It's okay to kill your friend if you type a heart afterwards. Now, Viper, he can steamroll Florentin now. He can add eco. He's going to his second TC. He's going to his third TC. The only thing that could have possibly threatened Viper in this game, honestly, was going to be Jordan23. And Viper has dealt with that threat, and he's still dealing with that threat. Well, Viper also can help out Donnie a little bit. And Donnie has lost a few vills, but I think his economy is pretty healthy. You got to keep in mind that a guy like Florentin probably not adding a lot of economy and just adding conquistadors anyhow. So Donnie and Viper way ahead in this first game, I'd say. These crossbows are not going away anytime soon. You see what Viper's doing with this one crossbow? Just sitting on this wood line. Every time a villager comes over, he's going to get some free shots in. Okay, so here are the signals. Jordan has appealed to Florentin. He has appealed to the Rocket Beans player to help him. Interesting stuff. It's only 53 pop for Jordan. Viper's probably at 100 now. Yeah, he's going to be there pretty soon. Jordan with the counterattack. This is sneaky. A Viper, he got his TC denied. And he's going to build yet another TC. Now again, Viper has ballistics. But here he doesn't have the range and he doesn't have the hill. And Viper having to run away from his gold. Maybe this is a little bit of what Jordan23's team needs. Viper looking... He's probably thinking, where are Jordan's villagers? Or he's going over to hit Florentin. But he could have found a lot of vill picks here. Jordan lucking out a bit. And now he'll need to run away from this. Still way behind Viper. Okay, well, Donnie gonna lose some knights here. I think if I'm Donnie, what I do is I continue to boom, and I build a defensive castle, which of course is cheaper. And I say, hey Viper, you're the pro, carry me, brother. So yeah, I think that's what he'll do. Really no need to go for an offensive castle here, Donnie. I know you have some big balls, but you don't need to do that, man. Just build it on the front. Building it right here would be perfect. It protects this gold and this TC, and it kind of protects this gold as well. Here comes Jordan. And I said earlier, at lower levels, the monks are really hard to utilize. And I expect that Jordan will make quick work of these monks. No! The monks will survive. The villager will not. Come on, Donnie! Going for the castle drop, man! He's doing it for the highlights. He's trying to castle drop a guy who has conquistadors. This is a bit bold, Donnie. This is a bit bold. Oh, villagers dying at Donnie's base and villagers dying running forward, but he's not giving up. The Viper's here to protect him. The teamwork from the Donner team, or whatever we call them. Now, with this many Malian archers with ballistics, I don't think Florentin can stop this. And now he too is panicking. He's trying to go for the vills. He's gonna lose his conks. He didn't even kill a villager here yet. Of course, now he has. The Viper's micro so important. Jordan's over here with the Maganel. Jordan is here with the Maganel. Can they stop this?
Next game
unbelievable. Viper microing down to repair villagers. And there's only 3 vills left for Donnie. Donnie's castle could be denied here. Donnie's castle should be denied here, in fact. The conquistador's coming back. A bit of a throw from Donnie. That villager's on 5 HP, and now she is dead. Now, still, the engagements have been pretty good for Viper, but as I say that, a 2v1 around this castle. What a throw from Donnie. Can we get the T90 throws in the chat for that? Jeez. You know, Donnie could have easily built that at home, but he's not about that life. He went for the aggressive one. Now, did he not have Loom? Oh, he does have Loom. Yeah, he has Loom, Virgil. I think it's just conquistadors are very strong. Now, a normal person, a person with normal sanity would say, oh, he's gonna kill a knight! He's a madman! He just killed a knight with a vill. Normal person would say, okay, I'm gonna build this back at home, but I was expecting Donnie to go, charge! Because he's insane, and run forward. But I guess he's deleted that now, and Florentin and Jordan23, they haven't been pressured as much as they were in the early part of this game. Now, Donnie has Loom, guys. He has Loom. Maybe he just got it. I didn't realize during that engagement if he had it or not. He went full Vivi. Yeah, he went full T90 Dragon, yeah. And now, Florentin's struggling, losing villagers. Viper's still hanging around here. Now, as I said, Viper, I mean, really, once he got that advantage over Jordan23, it's going to be very difficult for Jordan's team to do anything. Viper Well, let's compare populations quickly. Jordan23 is at 75, and Viper's probably at 120. Yeah, he's at 119, so... Viper about to click to imp. You can see that he's going to need to send some more help Donnie's way, as these conquistadors are tough to deal with. Will Donnie get 2 conversions? He should. Yep, he gets 2 conversions. Loses the monks, but that helps out. And now, Viper has one of the best civs in the game. Now, I think if he was playing this try-hard, which I believe he is because he chose Malians, he would go into knights and camels. That would work extremely well. He's placing the stables. He also has enough stone for a castle. I think a castle on this hill would be wonderful because it'd take away these golds from Jordan. And Jordan is already struggling, of course, so that would just make matters worse. Donnie Loom is a Viper joke in his channel. Ah, gotcha, okay. It was a game where he didn't have Loom in the past, correct? Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you guys. There should be no way back for Jordan23 and Florentin. I mean, sure, Donnie's taking losses, but who isn't taking losses? The Viper. Jordan's below 100 pop. Viper's on the way to imp. After the losses Jordan23 took, they would have had to push back and damage Viper, and they haven't been able to do that. Viper, he's very comfortable now, I'm sure. Able to defend Donnie and push away Florentin. And yeah, we're not going to be able to see too much from Jordan23, so it's all on Florentin now to help him out, and that's not the situation you want. Yeah, we're on Jordan's point of view. We'll go back to Viper's point of view now. It's not just the population, it's the fact that he hasn't had idle time. He's been able to add more villagers, and he is going to hit imp soon. And here come the knights. So if you don't know, a Malian Cavalier are fantastic. They have full upgrades, and then they get a unique tech out of the castle, which Viper does have, and it is forward. And that unique tech is called Farimba. So he will probably go for Farimba, and that'll give them even extra attack. And Viper likes that speed. He likes that mobility. And Jordan, he may have relocated his base, but he's going to have to relocate again pretty soon once he faces this. I think Florentin, according to what I've been told, Florentin is the better player. Donnie's about 1700 rating on HD. So that's what I've been told.
Where is the overlay?
We'll see.
I want to see the overlay. It helps cause you can see researches in top right corner.
Nivida, the overlay, I don't have an overlay for the HD edition. So RocketBeans apparently was going to play on Feudal, but they had some issues. So last minute we went to the HD edition. But here come those knights, guys. All the upgrades coming in. Viper getting the last defense upgrade. Cavalier on the way. Nivida, thank you for the Forest Nothing spam. Thank you for the 5 as well there. There should be no way back for Jordan23 and Florentin in this game. There should be no way back. Jordan getting a conversion, but what does that matter when Viper is going to send in so many more units? Jordan might be trying to hold off, but he hasn't even clicked up to imp yet. I think if this is an expert team game, the GG would have been called when Jordan died earlier. But they're going to continue to try here because it's more of a lighthearted match. And Donnie carrying Viper. As you can see the score, Donnie carrying Viper. Viper honestly hasn't done too much. It's not like he had archers here or a forward castle or cavalier or anything. It's been all Donnie. And Donnie has carried hard here. Viper probably thanking him for that. And now Jordan, he can't do anything. Florentin even has a town center here. The Diaper team all over it. Donnie now could boom up and go towards the Imperial Age himself with the time he's been given. Of course, I'm kidding. It has been all Viper here. You think Marco is 1800 Vubli? I've watched enough from here to say he's probably about 1500 Vubli or 1600 Vubli. Especially if you go for only Conquistadors, it's kind of tough to be at that level, Amazing Knight. He's a good player, but he's not very flexible. Either way, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They're going to try and track down Viper now. This is good for the viewers because it gives Viper an opportunity to troll a little bit. Marco is too... Wait, I'm confusing Marco and Florentin. My bad. Yeah, Florentin is who we're watching now. Marco I haven't seen play too often. I saw him play in the 4v2, I believe. But I don't recall what civ he was or exactly how he played it. Viper now finishing Farimba. He has Heavy Camel and Cavalier. I want to see Gebettos from Viper. I want to see him get to the point where he can troll a little bit. Because as of now, it's going to be extremely difficult for Jordan and for Florentin to come back. Extremely difficult. Yeah, I'd like to see Marco play today. I believe Marco's casting this on RocketBeans channel, right? Guys, feel free to check out Jordan, Viper, and RocketBeans' point of view on this. I'm sure it'll be on their YouTube as well if you're watching this on YouTube. Big fan of all these guys, good friends with them, so feel free to check out their channels as well for this. You can watch 4 channels at once actually right now. A great day for Age of Empires 2. Well, we see what is happening in Jordan's economy. There is very little chance for him to come back. Viper building another castle. And Jordan, I'll go to his point of view. He is 32 food. 32 food. So, Jordan says, thought we were friends, Heart. Don't give me that 11. You stopped my TC man and my scout man made me mad. And Jordan says, after you whooped my ass, 11. This is war, Jordan. There's no friends in war. Well, Viper now adding trebuchets, and he's going to take out Jordan's buildings. Jordan says, show some respect. They're kind of trolling each other now. And I guess, you know, the Conquistadors might be able to hold a little bit versus these units, but there's just not enough economy for Florentin, and Viper, again, in such a good position. Like, if Jordan was in this position as well, and the positions were flip-flopped, then I think Jordan would be doing the same. It's just there's too big a difference now in where they're at in the game. There's no way they can come back from this. Donnie, he's making those knights. Is he on his way to Imp? He is on his way to Imp with lots of resources. So we'll stay on Donnie's point of view. He's going to add in some more Cavalier then, maybe Paladin even. The Franks have the best Paladins in the game. These conks are microing and microing and microing, but with Farimba, the Camels and the Cavalier, they have so much attack. It's not going to be very easy. Alright, they're going to call the GG now. I'm just kind of waiting for that, and that's the end of the first game here. Well played, Donnie. Well played, Viper. Deserved victory here. A deserved victory, and pretty good play, I'd say. I really liked Donnie's response to the fact that his friend was walled up and going to go for Conquistadors. If you know someone's style, that's exactly what you need to do to stop that. Florentin, there we go, just now resigning. But seriously, if someone full walls, you need to pressure them. If you're going for feudal age attack and it seems like they're not, the best way to pressure them oftentimes with walls is to go forward with something like scouts or archers and build towers. And that was an excellent move. Alright guys, I'll take a quick look at the achievements. And here on Twitch, we're going to move into game 2 then. A Viper with so many kills. It just came down to the feudal age snowball, really. Viper had a stronger feudal age, and we're talking about 2 of the best players in the world. So, with Donnie and with Florentin, if there's a difference in feudal age momentum and builds, then that's something you can come back from. But between these two, because they're on the same side, it's not as easy to do. And in turn, Viper collecting more resources, and it seems like he sent something to Donnie. I was thinking about that because Donnie didn't have a lot of eco, and somehow he had resources for Paladin. So Viper being a nice guy. Alright, we're going to get into that next match. Okie doke, let me update the scores. Happy to have so many people here today. Lord Thera says, I got my T90 dose. I